Okay folks, welcome back. So this is another video in this series, video number 21 now, where I'm demonstrating how to use RStudio to conduct data science, data analysis tasks. In the last video we started talking about descriptive statistics, so obtaining summary statistics, and we used something called the summary function to obtain some useful statistics about the distribution of scores on individual variables. In this video, I'm going to keep it nice and short, but I'm going to just demonstrate another really useful function, which is the describe function, and it's part of the psych package. Okay, and that will give you output for your variables that contains a number of useful summary statistics. So the psych package is a separate package, so let me just uncomment that line. So if you don't have it installed, you need to run this command, install.packages, and then within double quotes the name of the package, which is psych. I'm not going to run that because I already have it installed, so I'm just going to comment that out. And then you'd need to call it using library and then call the package name psych. I've already done that. I've already executed this command in line 11. You can see below, and it's kind of highlighted a little bit of a warning, but nothing that's going to cause me too many problems. You've seen this when we launched the tidyverse as well. Let me import the tidyverse because that may well be useful. It's often the case that returns some conflicts. So the tidyverse was obviously been loaded from previous session when I was using this already, because that's executed and returned my command prompt without any conflicts or warnings being flagged up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the mtcars CSV dataset that I've got saved in this file. So this is my working directory that I'm in. I've got a couple of different data sets saved in there, and I'm going to use the read.csv method and save it as a separate data frame object. You've seen me do this in the last video if you've watched that. And mtcars, the data sets are built-in dataset in R, but I actually just have a CSV version of it downloaded on here, and I just did that. I'm using that just to kind of, with a bit of repetition, demonstrate again how to load data sets that you might have saved in Excel spreadsheets or CSV files within folders on your computer. So I've executed that, and we've now got this in our environment here. We've now got this new object called df, which is a data frame, 32 observations of 12 variables. So it's data on 32 models of car, I believe, 12 different variables, things such as the mile per gallon, etc. And if I run the glimpse command on this df object, you can see our 12 variables, some of the values, and the data type of them. So carburetor, gear, displacement, miles per gallon, number of cylinders, horsepower, etc. All right, and some of these are categorical variables, and some of them have not been. If you watch the previous video, some of them have not imported as the correct data type. They have been imported correctly for what R thinks is the correct data type. So AM is transmission, automatic or manual, and it's dummy coded as 1 or 0, whether it's automatic or manual. And R has recognized that as an integer. It's actually a factor, a category. We could change that, but we don't need to, particularly for the purposes for which I'm going to demonstrate how to use describe. We've got other variables we could focus on, such as horsepower and things like that. So simple usage of the describe function is we just call describe and we pass the data frame object or the variable we're interested in. And what you can see is, if I scroll up, it returns this. It returns this kind of like this vector, and it's got the rows are our different variables, and the columns are the different descriptive statistics. So it's given us it's numbering off our variables, telling us how many data points for each variable, the n, 32 for each of them in this case, telling us the mean, the standard deviation, the median, the trimmed mean, the mean absolute deviation, which is useful, so perhaps the min and max, the range, and then it's given us measures of skew and kurtosis and the standard error. So a lot of very useful descriptive statistics there that we commonly report. Okay, so that's it, as simple as that really. So if we were interested in mile per gallon, we can see the mean mile per gallon is 20.09. It's not that much different to the median, and the standard deviation is 6.03. Okay, so another way, exactly the same command, but you can do the same thing using the pipe operator. This is the kind of pipe operator from that's not the native pipe operator, but the one that comes with the tidyverse. This is a good way of setting up your syntax that can often be more intuitive. So we're taking our data frame and then we're piping it as input into the describe function. So we don't need to provide any arguments between the parentheses because it already knows what to use. If I run that, we get exactly the same output, same thing as we just got above, just another way to run the same command. And as you've seen previously, you can also select individual variables by just using that correct syntax, that indexing kind of filtering operator that's used in R for a data frame, which is using the kind of dollar sign. So if I do describe and then I pass to it the data frame $mpg, what that's saying is take the mpg value from mpg variable from the df data frame. Let's run that. And you can see it has returned, it's returned like a vectorized, a flatter version, but just the one variable, but exactly the same information. So this is our MPG mean, median, standard deviation, and it's not, doesn't quite look quite as nice because it's not given us the name of the variable, it's just told us it's x1 essentially, which in this case we know it's MPG because we specified the argument. All right. That's it for the describe function. Pretty useful. I think in some of the next few videos I'll try keep them short, but I'll demonstrate ways in which you can just call individuals. So you just ask for the mean, just ask for the standard deviation, things like that. Some really basic commands that are part of the base R packages. Okay, thanks for watching and listening.